Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's Sunday night in dry January and we're going to make it Stout Sunday. The stout we're going for is from Ilkley Brewery. This one, it is Nowt Mary. And Nowt Mary is 0.5% alcohol free milk stout. And it says on the back of the bottle that it's powered by virtue. A full-bodied Yorkshire stout with Nowtin but flavour. Low carb, low calorie, alcohol free. And it says that the hops are Fuggles and Crystal. To drink it with pies and friends. I'd love to see a pie drink beer, wouldn't you? Anyway, your ingredients are listed as water, malted barley, wheat, oats, hops, lactose, and yeast. So yeah, there we go. And the whole bottle has 89 calories. So yeah, that's the spiel. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we think, shall we? We're going to pour into my favourite stout glass, which is my Titanic goblet. And the pour is dark. Good start. See if we can get ahead. Tricky to do on an alcohol-free beer, I know. Particularly the stouts. God, that glass needs it clean. Anyway, that is... bloody Nora, that is vile. Oh, sorry about that, people. I'll refer myself to the DGM. If you're not aware of the DGM, it's a dirty glass mafia, and yeah, we like clean glassware, but yeah. Anyway, the beer is dark. It's nice and dark. Mahogany. You've got very little coming through, even at the fringes where it meets the stem. You've got a fluffy, light tan head, and yeah. So it looks all right. The rolls suggest it's going to be a little thin. But it is alcohol free, so a whiff. Ooh, coffee and cacao in big way. Dark roasted malts, bitter chocolate, roasted coffee. I enjoy that. I do. It smells lovely. So yeah, it looks good apart from the head. It smells good, really good. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. Body is not as thin as I expected. Light to medium. Carbonation is soft, not heavy in any way, shape or form. It's smooth. And the flavours. It's all about the malt. It is deep, dark, roasted. It's not overly bitter and in your face. It doesn't taste like burnt or anything like that. The chocolate is cocoa-like, and I like that. I like it. It adds to the bitterness and it adds to the depth of flavour that you get in a stout, and I can't knock it. It is tasty. It is balanced. It's a short-lived flavour, but what you do get is really nice. And as for the finish isn't anything to write home about. I'm going to be brutally honest. It's just a really light version of what you get from tasting the beer. Namely, a little bit of coffee, a little bit of roasted malt, a little hint of chocolate. It's just quite light. But there we go. Still tastes nice. So, Ilkley's Nowt Mary. Let's have a look at the scoreboard of joy, which says there have been 141 check-ins to the beer, 2 from people I know. Average score of 345, slightly higher at 425 from those who I know have tried it. Where do I think it's going to fit? Well, as always, we'll be objective, and we're going to give points for the looks, the aroma, the body, the taste, and the finish, and if it does well enough, some bonus points as well. So, visually, it's the right colour. It's dark. And it's nice and dark. There's nothing really escaping round the edges at all. Like I say, deep mahogany, beautiful colour. The only thing I would like is a better head retention. Excuse me, some of that is clearly down to the glass, but alcohol-free stouts, as a rule, tend to suffer. But visually, I'm going to give it the 0.75. So more head, better beer on that sense. The aroma, love it. It's nice and strong. It's coffee, roasted malts, chocolate, all the things I love in a stout of any ABV. So I'm going to give it a point. The body, it says it's full-bodied. I was expecting, based on the roll, for it to be quite thin. However, it surprised me. Just under medium, soft, smooth carbonation. It's really quite good, particularly good for an alcohol-free stout, so it gets a full point. The taste, I like, for the most part. I like the depth of coffee, I like the depth of the malt, and I like the chocolate. It's that cocoa-like flavour. I like the balance of the flavours across the board, but I just wish there was more and that it lasted for longer in the mouth. So yeah, I'm going to give it the 0.75. And the finish, for me, is the weakest point of the beer. It does have all the flavours that I want, namely that roasted malt, that little hint of coffee, and that bit of chocolate. It's just way, way too short, and that's pretty much it. It's okay. So I'm going to give it the 0.5. Which means we have given it 4 out of 5 today, which means it can't have the full bonus point, but would I buy it again? Here's the thing, alcohol-free stouts, good ones, are very hard to come by, and whilst I like the flavour of this one, and I like the aroma, it doesn't last long enough for me. So I'm going to say question mark, because there are things I like about it. Maybe I will try it again in the summertime, maybe when it's a bit warmer. The beer I'd have a little bit warmer because it is chilled. And I've done that purposefully for this review, like I do many, because it tightens the body up, particularly on the alcohol-free stouts. But the trade-off is you lose a little bit of the flavour. Anyway, plenty of flavour, just not lasting long enough. The value for money aspect, though, £2 something from the wise bartender. It's good value for money. I think you've got a fair beer for fair price. So yeah, the Nowt Mary has got 4 out of 5 with 1 bonus point today. So there we go. I do like an alcohol-free stout. Guinness is clearly still the benchmark, along with some of the beers that Mash Gang have put out, namely was it Anxiety, Saint, Rain in Blood, and the like. Those are top-notch, god-tier alcohol-free stouts. This one is not a million miles away. It just needs a little bit of longevity in it. And yeah, then it'd be sitting on and knocking on the door of the god tier. But for now, we're just going to leave it there and say, that has been a beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.